Hi, Ange. Just the obvious one. Start team news and who hasn't travelled.
So in terms of haven't travelled, Decky's the only one. Kulusevski, he's had a sort of got a knock on the foot. He's not really sure when, to be honest. He's had it's kind of been sore the last couple of weeks, but he's been able to train and play and still get through it okay. But it wasn't getting any better, so we sort of did some further investigations and no real clarity again. We're just waiting on a couple of things to find out the extent of it, but unlikely to be back before the international break. Nothing serious, so there's nothing surgical or anything, but so he didn't travel. I think everyone else in terms of Ben Davies still doing some work back. Again, he's close, but he's still doing work back at the training ground with Richie, and I think everyone else is here.
With the three returning players in Romero, Van der Ven and Solanke, any in a position to be able to start this match yet?
Oh, we'll see. We'll train today, and obviously they've all been out for a significant amount of time, so we'll see when we introduce them. But they're all here, they're all training today, so we'll make decisions after that.
Hi, Ange. On Romero, he was called into the Argentina squad. He obviously hasn't played for quite a long time. I mean, may feature tomorrow. Are you happy with him being called up and if he features for Argentina?
It's interesting. I've been in the game for 26 years, including a national coach. And the one rule you do know is that we have no say over international football. Everyone knows that. I don't know why it becomes a question every time. It's like we don't have any control over that. Even if he's injured, they can call him up. So from our perspective, that's not of our concern. What our concern is that, we get him up and running and hopefully, he gets some game time. If he's fit, then he should go and he gets some more game time rather than not playing for 2 weeks. So but I don't think it's in the international side of it because people have asked me a couple of times over the last couple of days, and it's almost like they're not really sure. International football is pretty clear that clubs don't have control over when and where their players go.
You don't have any control, that's fair enough, but you could have a view on whether you feel like he should play, given he hasn't featured for a while.
What's the point of that?
Because you want to protect him so you can have him for the rest of the season.
But again, okay, if I express that, it doesn't change anything. And at the end of the day, like I said, if he's fit, then him getting some games is good for us because he's missed a lot of football. So, but we can't dictate to players, when they should go with their national teams or not. And I never have, and it's been my view my whole career, and it won't stop now.
Thank you. Done.
Hi, Ange. Just on Nicky in particular, is he now kind of fit, or are you still kind of monitoring him, and is it a kind of game by game, day by day situation?
No, look, he's fit. Don't know what that means, but he's training, and like I said, we're mindful that obviously the last time, whilst he came back and he played half a game, we still felt, and he still felt like he just didn't feel right. But so we've taken a bit of a different sort of road with him this time, and he feels really good. He's been training now with us for a good week and a half, and he's in a good space. And I guess it's just about a timing thing now and how we reintroduce him. And again, we'll probably be gauged by how he feels in terms of when he does actually get out there and have a runabout. So, but in terms of training and in terms of how he looks at training and how he feels, he's certainly he feels very, very confident that once he's back in the team that he'll be all good.
And Yves Bissouma posted a couple of pictures of himself at a ski resort this week. So, I mean, first of all, I'm assuming you gave the players a couple of days off. And secondly, kind of, did you take a view on...
Seriously, what sort of questions are that? No, I didn't. We were training, but he decided to go skiing. So, come on, mate.
Okay,
you're better than that.
That said, do you know if he went skiing? Do you have a view on...
Well, he obviously did. You said his pictures.
We didn't see him skiing. We saw him at the resort.
I don't worry about those things, mate. Again, they're adults. They're human beings. They had a couple of days off. They can choose to use that time as wisely as they can to help them be ready for, for what's in store for us. You kind of hope that they're sensible about these things and go about their sort of, whatever they do in a manner that befits, I guess, the position they hold. So, but I have no concerns. Yeah, and he's fine. Yeah.
And on this competition, it seems to me like this is a competition that feels kind of good for Spurs. It feels like they could have perhaps done better in it historically. It's been years gone by. I mean, obviously it's a big part of your season now, but do you feel like it's kind of? I mean, do you feel like it's kind of there for you?
I mean, I know. Again, I'm not sure what there for me is, but it's a competition that we obviously want to do well in, and we've got ourselves in a good position. We're in the round of 16, and obviously got two tough games against AZ, and that's the first thing to overcome. You're right. The club hasn't sort of in recent years done well in this competition, but it's a major European competition. Like I said, we're in the last 16, so for us, there's an opportunity there to see how far we can get in it. George.
Hi, Ange. Would you say you've got more belief in the squad now to go kind of all the way in this competition than you probably did at the start of the season?
Oh, look, it's hard to say. I mean, we obviously started the season, feeling pretty good about, where we're at, but obviously it hasn't transpired that way. So you just don't know. But certainly, a combination of things of players, now coming back, significant players for us, but also just having the sort of opportunity to train and train really well with the whole group has been really valuable for us. So I think the time off and players sort of coming in, time off as in, we could sort of schedule things and train a lot better has been, means I think we're in a good place, certainly to tackle what's ahead. So from that perspective, probably a month back we were really sort of struggling with those kind of things, just not enough players and no training and no recovery, whereas now, I think from our perspective the last sort of 2 and a bit weeks have been really good for training, recovery, and just the level of intensity we can put into preparing for games.
And I guess with Mickey and Christian, whenever you put them in, there's going to be a lot of focus on them kind of getting through that. Do you kind of feel there isn't now an easy game, a lower tempo game that you can put them in to kind of ease them through? It's going to be a big game either way. Yeah,
I never think about it that way. I mean, because I just think, I don't know what a lower tempo kind of game is. I think every game, especially at this level, players go to and they know they have to perform at their best. I think it's more of just making sure they're ready. And I think for us, again, I've always felt that our training is a real good preparation for the way we play. I think it's the best preparation for the way we play, and the fact that Romero, Dom, and Mickey have been able to train with us at the intensity we usually train at, rather than sort of what we had been training at, is a good indicator to me that they'll be able to cope with whatever sort of game we put on them.
Ed, finish, please.
Hi, Ange. You mentioned that it's been good the last couple of weeks in training. You're starting to, obviously get a few players back. Do you sense that there's a real hunger in the squad to not prove people wrong, but finish the season off well and show what they're really capable of? Because it's not been great so far.
Yeah, look, it's fair to say that the boys really understand there's a great opportunity for us, and I think they've appreciated the fact that, like I said, the guys who've sort of been playing through have now been able to sort of recover and train, and prepare themselves better for games. And that's, like I said, coincided with seeing their teammates come back. And certainly the guys who've been out injured, and we've already seen that with guys like, Vic and Brendan and Matters to a lesser extent of Wilson, who've come back into the team destiny, and they've come back with a real sort of hunger and desire to help the team, because I think they've all been really frustrated, sort of sitting on the sidelines and seeing, how difficult it's been for the group of players who have been playing, and they just wanted to help, and now they get that opportunity. So I think, again, I think you sense that in the group that they're appreciating the fact that they've got some some support and some help, and like I said, there's a sort of platform there for us to hopefully get back to playing our football, and like I said, to seeing how far we can progress.
And Azed had a great result in the last round against Galatasaray. Is it important that you quieten the home crowd early and play your football and get on the front foot?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a tough challenge. Like I said, they did really well. We obviously played Galatasaray away, and they're a very good side, especially European football. But I think the key for that side was how they played at home, and they sort of set it up. And obviously, with us tomorrow night, we've got to make sure that whatever happens at the end of the game, we've still got an opportunity to go back to Tottenham and win the tie. So we understand that it's with the home support here. I've obviously been here with Celtic before in a Europa game, so I know the experience of it. And like I said, they're a good side, and we're going to have to make sure that we, as you said, try and play our football, dictate the tempo of the game, so that we can take a result back to Tottenham.
Thank you.
Thank you.